Hey Geeks! Welcome back to the Geeksider Show. My name is Josh.
And I'm Anna.
And in this video we're reviewing KILLJOYS Season 3, Episode 3, titled The Hullen Have Eyes.
And if you haven't seen this episode yet and you want to avoid any spoilers, you're going to want to skip this video and come back later because everything we say from this point forward is going to be a spoiler.
Okay, this episode had a pretty big twist that I think probably everyone saw coming. Basically the cult leader at this little village ended up being a Hullen.
Yeah.
And even if you didn't see that coming, it was totally given away with the title of the episode, The Hullen Have Eyes, and he's the only guy there who can see. So, little clever play on words there, too. You know, the Hullen have eyes, the hills have eyes. So we got a lot more information on the Hullen.
So the city we came across in this episode is like a rehabilitation center, almost. Like, the Hullen had to relearn how to be human again. And I love that they chose the 1950s as kind of their set on how to become human again, because it was so over dramatic. And I think that's kind of what they needed because they have so little feeling that they had to kind of overemphasize it.
And they have, like, you know, pictures of faces, like this is what happy looks like, this is what sad looks like, and that kind of stuff. Like, basically how you would teach someone who is just completely does not know what emotions look like on another person. Oh my gosh. And just imagine, like, the Hullen who had to go through this, how just broken emotionally they must be. Like, it's really interesting. I hope we get more into the process of a Hullen becoming a Hullen and then learning to blend in. I hope they dive into this more.
Yeah. But
the main takeaway for me in this episode was it looked like it was starting to be like a rivalry between Johnny and Zeff, and then she screwed up huge. And now it's like Johnny wants to boot her off the ship if she can't, do what needs to be done, which is, in effect, protect Dutch and Dav.
Yeah, and he basically kind of gave her an ultimatum, like, this is what our job is in this situation, and if you can't do it, you're not here.
And I love the line, he goes, if we tell them to run into fire, they will. So basically, he has to be right. He and Zeff have to be right 100% of the time because Dutch and Dav, their lives depend on it. And Zeff is so reckless. Yes. Going back to the previous episode when they were in the simulation and she figured out that they were in a simulation, so she just kind of did things with reckless abandon. Well, this was a real life scenario and she still, was going on a hunch, just hoping things would work out.
Yeah.
And that so did not fly with Johnny.
Yeah.
And
they kind of throughout the episode, when things were going wrong and they were looking to Johnny, he's like, I don't know yet. She doesn't do that. She doesn't say, I don't know. She just says, oh, hey, this is going to work. And she doesn't know. So she, like, fibs a little bit too much. She thinks too much of her intelligence. And yeah, maybe most of the time she's right, but it just takes that one time for her to be wrong.
Exactly. And I don't know, this character of Zeff, first of all, I think she's a great character for the show right now because it does add this little bit of tension in the group.
Yeah.
And I think story-wise, that's fantastic.
Yes.
But on a personal level, she's going to get somebody killed. I don't like her. And I really liked how the Hullen who stayed behind on this planet became like a cult leader. I thought that was really cool.
I thought that was really cool. And I also liked how he was slowly becoming human. Mm-hmm. I think the Hullen have to get periodic injections in order to remain immortal and remain Hullen. And he had been away for so long and without injections that he was slowly becoming human. And by the time they got there, he was basically completely human.
I think that definitely, being the only Hullen around all these humans definitely had an effect on him, and the radiation that they had to deal with that blinded all of the regular humans. That could have had something. All of these factors, I think, definitely had an effect on him to the point where he's totally basically human by the end of the episode. The last big development in this episode is Dav now has a fleet, and Dav's a badass, but I don't necessarily look at him as a leader.
No, me either.
So I don't know how that is really gonna work out for our heroes.
Yeah, and so far it looks like Dav's the only one who can operate
the Hullen ships.
Yeah, the Hullen
whatever.
ships. I imagine Johnny and Zeff are going to create something using his DNA so that other people can fly. Because otherwise, how is he going to have a fleet? He's the only Hullen.
And the very last thing I want to mention in this review is Hannah John Kamen playing both Dutch and Alena. She's really flexing her acting chops, and you know it's really great to see because she's building up bigger roles now. She's got a role in Ready Player One, and I think she was just announced in another one that I can't remember. I just read it yesterday. Oh my God, the new Tomb Raider. I think she was, I don't know how old that announcement was. I just saw it for the first time yesterday. So she's getting bigger roles. Now, of course, she's in Black Mirror here and there as well. So she's definitely, you know, she's flexing those acting muscles, and she's doing a fantastic job. I cannot wait to see how her career goes. I think she's fantastic. She would be my pick for the next Doctor if I had my druthers. But that announcement is coming out tomorrow night. I don't know if they're going to broadcast that. We just totally switched from KILLJOYS to Doctor Who. But whatever. Alright, I think that's all we have for this video. If you have anything to add, let us know down in the comments. Also, if you enjoyed this review, you can tell us by dropping a like on it. You can subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video on social media.
And thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time.